Coaches. Have you ever tried to model what another successful coach is doing and they say, you got to do this because it works really well. Look at my results, made all this money, got this rank advancement and all these enrollments. And then you try doing exactly what they did and it doesn't work. You just end up stressed out, frustrated. You don't like the activities. And in the end, it just doesn't yield you results or worthwhile results or any results for that matter. Does that ever happen to you? If so, stick around. I'm going to make this particular video very short. And if you're interested in more, this is going to link to another video at the end. Success does duplicate. Parts of it duplicates. And there's other parts of success that does not duplicate. Something mechanical, that can duplicate. A system duplicates extremely well. Personality, who you are, who the person is that you admire, that you're trying to learn from, that kind of stuff doesn't duplicate. Sometimes leaders will do something that works very well for them, and perhaps unintentionally, they will think that it's going to work very well for whoever does it. And sometimes they'll say things like, well, that's just because you're not doing it right, or whatever. And that's not always the case. Sometimes you will engage in behaviors that do not line up with who you are and who you were designed to be. The big part of this, and something that really does not duplicate because it's from a person-to-person basis, is that you're made a certain way. You've got to be doing things and doing things in a certain way that line up with who you are, how you were designed, and give honor to your human spirit. And then you can release the power of your human spirit, and that thing or whatever is going to work. So you could be doing something that's a step-by-step process that duplicates really well, but you've got to be doing it your way that lines up with who you are and how you were built. And if you go against that, I'm telling you, you're just going to be out there spinning your tires wondering, what the heck, how is this not working? It worked for so-and-so. Well, so-and-so found a way to do it that lined up with how they were made and how they were built. You're in a business where you own it. You get to do this creatively, and you get to do this as you. You don't even really get to do this, so it's going to sound weird, but as a Beachbody coach, you're going to do this business as you, in a way that cannot be duplicated, in a way that cannot be duplicated from whoever you're learning from. For example, I love doing videos. Videos may not be your thing. I recommend you do videos anyway, but you figure out how to do them in a way that works for you. I've got a way that I edit my videos, a way that I do my videos that lights my spirit on fire. And when your spirit is on fire, there's no stopping you. You will crush whatever you need to crush. You'll figure out whatever you need to figure out, and your excuses will no longer matter. It's a beautiful thing. So part of figuring this whole thing out is to find out what duplicates, what doesn't duplicate. Do what duplicates, but then also add the thing that doesn't duplicate, and that is really just you and honoring how you were made and how you were built. You do that, you're going to be happy, your spirit's going to be on fire, you're going to get results. That just goes with the territory of that. That's taken care of first. You being happy and doing things that's in alignment with lighting your spirit up. You do that, success is organic. It's going to come. If you dug this video, I'm going to add a link in the description that goes to a longer video that I made about basically being a spiritual gangster and doing things that releases the power of your human spirit so that you can have the energy to battle whatever it is that you need to battle and win, so that you can be successful. And this is not just business, this is life. This is personal life and professional life. It's life. So go to the description, click that link, and watch that video if you're interested. Coaches, friends, fellow inhabitants on this experience of planet Earth, and all other weird and non-people alike. It's quite possible that this might be the most important video that I've made so far. Release the power, baby, of your human spirit. You should be perpetually and continuously every day doing things that releases the potential and the power of your human spirit. What happens when you release the power of your human spirit? Why is that so profoundly important? When you release the power of your human spirit, you will do battle against and win and conquer over excuses, crutches you've used to be lazy mentally and physically, justifications you've always had about why you can't have what you want and what makes you truly happy. You will replace the bullshit story that you've sold yourself on why you believe you can't have what you want, and you will replace it with a new story that allows you to finally get what you want. The power of your human spirit will battle and win for you so that you can figure it out. Your formula that you use to get what you want and make you truly happy and impact other people will shift from whatever it is now that isn't working to a formula of make a decision, figure it out, and whatever that entails. When your human power is released, you will annihilate your excuses. Spiritual gangsters don't have excuses. Releasing the power of your human spirit will stop you from procrastinating on anything important ever again, because your heart will literally break to not get started yesterday. When your human spirit is released, it won't matter if somebody disapproves of you. You won't operate from a place of scarcity. You won't make statements and ask questions that are rooted in fear. You won't look at opportunities and ask how much it's going to cost. You're going to ask how much can you gain and impact your life and other people around you. Things that maybe you never wanted to do, but you realize it's in alignment for what's really important to you, you will suddenly become excited to do that which you used to not like, because your mission is worth it. You'll live your life around your mission rather than a life around goals, which will also enable you to do what's right and what's noble. Instant gratification will suddenly become a thing of the past for you overnight. You will come to realize immediately that when your dreams come true, it's going to benefit other people around you, and you will stop being so self-absorbed as to not make your own dreams come true. If you're a certain kind of person who's always sacrificed yourself and your own happiness to quote-unquote serve other people, you're going to stop doing that and find win-win deals where you're getting involved with other people who want to lift each other up together, because that's what people want. If you're sacrificing your happiness for the sake of others, what message is that sending for your kids and other people who are watching you? Is that the thing you want to duplicate, where other people have to be miserable in order to help other people? No, the spiritual gangster, the one who releases the full potential of his or her human spirit, is going to love the win-win deals, and is going to want to hopefully inspire people that want to do winner versus loser deals to get involved in winners and winners where everybody wins together. That's a spiritual gangster. I'm Tom. Go to my website, fireyourboss.xyz, and dig around. Find up stuff that can help you. Whatever it is that's going to light your spirit on fire. You should be doing things every day that lights your spirit on fire. And I don't want you to confuse that for only doing whatever feels good in the moment. And here's a big tip I can give you about this whole thing. There's a label that we've given people that only live for the moment. It's called instant gratification syndrome. It's deadly. It's very self-absorbed. It's a bad ego trip. The people who are spiritually mature, emotionally mature, people who become spiritual gangsters, which is something that doesn't even have to be a process. It's a decision you make, and it happens instantly, like cold turkey. You just be one. And then from there, you develop yourself based on that. And the more you develop yourself based on that, the more you're going to positively impact other people. How cool is that? How do you get started? I'm glad you're thinking about that. Here's what it is. You got to dig deep inside of yourself and find out what it is you want to live for, what's important to you, what your vision is, who do you want to become, how do you want to be remembered, how do you want to impact the planet and other people around you, how is that going to make you feel? All of those kinds of things. Paint out a vision for you that involves all of your senses, not just a why, like why is it important, but what it's going to smell like, feel like, taste like, as much as you can get into all of the senses, what that's going to do for you, how it's going to make you feel, all of those kinds of things. Really draw it out, man. And then you can develop goals around that and live your life around that versus just living your life around a bunch of goals that may have nothing to do with your mission. That's really the first step in being a spiritual gangster, man. Paint that vision and make it so compelling it would literally break your heart if you don't do it. And then, when it comes to doing things that maybe you don't normally enjoy doing, I'm gonna tell you, man, that which you don't like doing, you're suddenly gonna love doing, because you've connected the dots, because you know that those things that you don't want to do, as well as some things that you do want to do, all of it suddenly you do want to do, because it's in alignment with your mission and with your vision and those goals that you set in support of your mission and your vision. That's the difference. Setting goals just isn't enough. Those goals have to, on purpose, be centered around your vision and your mission-driven life. Otherwise, goals, lots of people set goals and they don't have the energy to see them through. I wonder why. It's because they are not in alignment with their spirit at all. They didn't become a spiritual gangster. They didn't grow up spiritually. Mature your spirit. Release the power of your spirit. And the first step of that is developing that compelling vision and setting goals around that vision, being willing to do things that you don't want to do. Suddenly these things become exciting because you've connected the dots. Now everything is exciting. And then you release the power of your spirit. And then you can battle against all of those other things and then some that I already mentioned, and you can win and you can conquer. It's your spirit that's going to give you that energy and the equipping that you need to win. And the more that you win in that deal, the more the whole planet benefits. So if you really want to help other people and not be self-absorbed like everyone says they don't want to be self-absorbed, everyone says they want to have a positive impact, this is how. This is how, I'm telling you it is. And what's beautiful about it is it's going to be your own way. What lights me up spiritually may not be the same thing that lights you up spiritually. What matures your spirit and what matures you emotionally, that's going to be your own journey. And it's something that can start cold turkey. You can be a spiritual gangster like the moment that you decide you are. That's the beautiful thing about it. It's not a graduate program that takes time. You just make the decision and then you are. And then you set a goal around your purpose and your vision. And you decide you're going to figure it out even if you have no clue yet how you're going to do it. You'll figure it out along the way. The spiritually immature is going to say, I don't know how that's going to happen, so they don't even get started. No matter what your goal is that's around your mission, you can always get started. Getting started might just be, keyword searches on Google to find out what you've got to read, some skills you've identified that you've got to bone up on or learn. Or maybe you've identified you're pretty emotionally weak and somebody can say something to you that would just throw your whole day off, just over something. So if that's you, then you need to develop yourself emotionally, develop yourself in whatever way you need to. Just figure it out, whatever it is. That's it.